Vision again.
Good evening.
It's still the soft vision
It's
tonight.
a little better. Still kind of glary.
Hello, Kidevs. Hello, Spam Banshee. Hello, Fraulein Donna, and hello, Stevens and Associates. It's wonderful
Good
to see you guys.
evening. Oh, Stevens and Associates was first.
First, that is very funny.
That is very good. Check that out. So good to have you guys with us this evening.
Yep. Spam Banshee, it's so nice to see
She
your
doing
little
cartwheels?
summer.
Oh, she is doing
The little
cartwheels.
cartwheels. I love that she puts that on so many messages. The
That's
cartwheels.
adorable.
That is so great.
Yay, Spam. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, hello, Kelly Debs. How are you tonight?
Yeah,
how's
she's
everything
saying
going?
hello to everybody. Good evening, Callie. Yeah, we had a pretty good day. Yeah, hopefully you guys did. It was extremely productive, very busy. And today is technically kind of our Friday because you have most of tomorrow off.
Yeah, so that's actually really nice. Boy, it's been a really nice productive week. It's funny that all of these little, I guess, kind of like, I almost want to call them like sessions, but it sounds like we're doing therapy. But all these different
it's kind of therapy.
It is, yeah. Primo came on, I can't get it up. That is so funny. But yeah, and actually, Primo, talk about not being able to get enough. You must be talking about like YouTube time because you were on for like 4 hours.
You had
today.
A long show today. That was very impressive.
That helped me get through the workday. I had you in my ear, so that was really nice to have you.
No, it was fun seeing your collection.
But all right, so
very busy and productive. That's awesome.
Yeah, very very busy, productive work-wise, but not sales-wise. Yeah. Similar boat for us today too, as well. I mean, we had 4 sales today, 4 or 5.
4 shipments that we sent out. But yeah, still kind of light on the sales. But like we've been talking, like we're not totally blaming eBay for that right now. So we know we're part of the problem with that.
Primo, 5.5 hours, unbelievable. Hey, 6x6 and Miss Merritt in the house. Hey, it's so good to have you both with us. If I can get the words out. But yeah, it's so nice to see you guys on tonight. And this is such a nice way to wind down the week, actually, because this is the wind down for me for our work week. And so I should say for my primary work.
Yeah, you're right.
But starting tomorrow, though, we're going to be going through the garage, and we're going to be going through a ton of our back stock, getting that sorted, getting it organized, and getting it listed.
So most of this weekend, we do have some, I can't think of like work and I guess pleasure is kind of the other opposite. We have some pleasure things with friends, some appointments scheduled, I guess. I can't think of another way to word that. But we have some things scheduled with friends, but we do have a lot of work scheduled this weekend, but it's going to be more major wind work. So it's nice that his primary work is done.
Yeah. And actually, I love that Mr. Sadie says, painting ceilings so I'm not perky enough to be here. Don't worry, perkiness is not a requirement. Frankly,
painting ceilings is exhausting.
Yeah, frankly, I think we're here to fuel you on the perkiness. So yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, because there's something about the angle of looking up, and then with the paint fumes, painting ceilings. So when in my old house, I actually did like a mural on the ceiling of my personal bedroom, and it took me probably at least a week just to do the ceiling. So all I remember is it was a lot of work.
Hello. It's like just making a little cameo appearance here. But that's really funny. 6x6. Oh, primo chemo, Miss Merritt. That's cool. Let's see. Give me the good stuff I needed. Oh man, yeah. We're really like we're actually. I think right now when we do our Thursday anything with you guys, it's a total like we're just really
much more relaxed,
at
much
ease,
more chill. Yeah.
Because all the work is done and things are starting to slow down. And so for me, I've got every other Friday off. And so it just happens to be that tomorrow, well, I usually would have had it off last Friday, but we had such a major release going out that I did a lot of work. So I'm actually a major release. And so I'm taking tomorrow off instead. So that'll be nice. So I get tomorrow off and then I get the next Friday off as well. And it's not exactly going to be leisure time. We got a lot that we're going to be packing in to fill that time, but it should be good. But yeah, and again, I want to thank you, Primo. Really do appreciate that advice too that you mentioned earlier today about avoiding burnout, making sure that you stay, just stay relaxed.
About that and make sure, everyone's staying good and not being burned out too much.
Yeah. And so probably as we get into this next week too, we were talking about it that we'll probably try just doing the mornings for a while, like doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even that might be adjusted. We're not hard headed about our schedule or really determined for anything. We're just enjoying the process right now, and we're trying to find a happy balance that we got to talking about it, like even after Primo Chemo's show, of like, what's a good balance for us? What's committing too much? What's
Mhm.
what's the really good amount of time that we're committing to doing this? And so right now we don't feel burned out,
Because
but
it's only been a couple of weeks.
yeah, it's been 3 weeks,
I know
but we're
it's
mindful
not
of
hard.
we're mindful of the fact that as that continues to stack, that might be a lot.
And we
So
have also had to rearrange because even like right now, we were taking care of some auxiliary work out of the house. But we did, of course, we wanted to make sure we made it home for it right now. And we have realized that 5:30 is kind of a slightly rough time, only because we generally are still doing work up until most of the time until about 7 or 8.
that's really funny. So let's
I have it
see.
here.
Merritt, let's see, 6 by 6 says Merritt and I have made our goals tonight. We are watching our Cubbies and eating our crumby. So let's see here. Or crumble. Sorry, crumble. I thought that
Probably
was an
crumble
I.
cookies.
Yeah.
Are the Cubbies, is that like a sports team like the
The
Cubs?
Cubs. Yeah, the Cubbies.
Oh, are they playing tonight?
I think so.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, it must be. Yeah.
Go team!
Yeah, go Cubs. Oh, you must love that part in Back to the Future where they talk about the Cubbies when they go to the future part. It's like, oh,
I've never paid it. That's what they were talking about.
yeah, the Cubbies.
I
The
know that
Cubs.
they were betting on sports teams.
Yeah,
Never put it together that was the Cubs.
yeah.
Wow.
No, it was pretty
Woo.
cool. But anyways, so that's awesome. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be in a mode tonight where after we're done with all y'all, we don't have any more work scheduled tonight. We're gonna start to unwind a little bit. But it's been really refreshing. We've totally enjoyed our process with you guys.
Yeah.
It's been cool up to this
And
point.
everyone has been so supportive. But it is one of those things. For the morning one, we really, first of all, especially for us, it has helped us out so much. We are so much more productive starting our day off with talking about the goals that we want to hit and kind of getting the ball rolling that way. For the evening one, we know that a lot of you guys put yourself out to be here, which is so amazing.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes kind of hard for us to be here so consistently also. So we kind of, especially with what Primo was saying, we're trying to make sure that we're balanced and make sure that we're not also exhausting you guys, because you guys are doing a lot to be here too, especially for a lot of you that are on the East Coast and or even in another country.
Yeah.
So you guys have been really supportive.
Yeah, a lot even go to bed by 8:30 and everything. So especially too on the East Coast.
Oh,
So
Sam's being so cute. She says, "Love watching you. Whatever works for you works for us." Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's never in doubt. That is never in doubt. It's just too, we're also learning that it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can do more, maybe we can do less, and that works better for us. We love to try
Yeah.
and then adjust. And
Well, and
so
something
yeah,
else that we were talking about is more just spontaneous lives, even during the week and things that we thought that would be a lot of fun, especially as we start doing more of our listings, more of our process through certain videos. We were kind of thinking the more regimented morning and evening one is a bit more regimented than kind of what we have planned for going in the future.
Yeah, and we've really enjoyed the past few weeks. But so we're kind of cool now with just saying, hey, you know what? We'll go with what does work for our schedule, and then you'll get the best of us as we go through, and we're going through and doing these. So probably starting next week, we'll probably just do the morning ones, and again, that might adjust to where we decide, we'd actually like a little bit more again, or maybe we're good with that, or even a little bit less, but. We're really grateful for this time that we've had. I mean, the last few weeks, especially, it has absolutely ramped up our productivity, as Rose mentioning, where starting the mornings, we get fired up early, we get right to work, and it's helped me with my primary work, and it's helped me with our little side business goals and many other things too.
Yeah,
So
it's helped us be more focused. And then also you guys have really helped us learn what things to focus more on, which that has also been very helpful.
Yeah, you guys have been just a wealth of knowledge and support. I mean, we're brand new at this, and the fact that you guys have been...
The fact that we have anyone watching us is like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It's wild. Like right out of the gate, you guys have been so great and so supportive. Yeah. So we first of all, we just want to say thank you for that. And thank you for giving us the freedom to just try stuff, make adjustments, get things figured out and thing. And I mean, what a cool thing to experience that again, when we started this whole process, we thought that we're going to face like a lot of negativity and maybe a little bit that feels positive and feels encouraging. And really it's been totally the opposite. And
Mhm.
that is just absolutely encouraging. Just for this, just for knowing that there's good folks like yourself out there is really nice to just be able to experience that. So
Yeah,
thank
we've been
you.
having a blast.
Yeah, we've been having a blast, but so it's one of those things where we don't feel overly tired, but we want to be mindful of the fact that those with more experience that have probably tried going at the schedule that we're going at know that just a little ways down the road you will kind of hit a brick wall. So that's
Feels really
that's
good.
Roman, right? Anytime pickers Roman, we're still trying to make sure we get the names locked in, but that's really funny. Thank you for turning that fireplace behind you. I was freezing up here. Hello, everyone. Yes, okay, Roman, I've been going back and loving watching your videos. And one thing I'm trying to get better about too, for me, I was what some YouTubers call a ninja watcher for so many channels where you go in, you enjoyed the content, you go ahead and you leave. I didn't realize until we started to learn more about the process how much like giving a thumbs up helps it, or when you are a subscriber to different channels and everything. Hi, girl. How much it really makes a big difference. And so for a lot of you too, I'm trying to go through and actually appreciate and give a thumbs up to the videos that we've been enjoying for a long time. So sorry, I know you can't really see our pup. I'll block the fire a little bit so she shows through. I was like, oh, that's but yeah, so that's really cool. Let's see here. Anytime picker. So it said, Mr. Sadie, I prefer authentic shoot from the hip content. Shoot from the hip content. That was a cowboy reference from earlier there.
What we got.
You're doing great. Life is serious enough on its own. Yeah, I mean, all we want to do is give some people some refreshment. So, Mr. Sadie, thank you very much. Just your comment actually helps us with what we're trying to accomplish. Although you might have noted that the mic was just being moved, but Mr. Sadie, thank you very much. That goes right in alignment with what we're trying to accomplish, and that is, this is hard work. I think more than ever, we really appreciate the fact that, like, when you see resellers, a lot of people from the outside, and we were one of those. A lot of those people from the outside, as they look at resellers, they're just like, oh yeah, they're just kind of trying to live the slacker life. They just want to go do whatever they want, sell some stuff, kind of make it work and everything. For those that are really in it, it is no joke. Like, reselling is hard work.
It is impressive, and especially to see some of your guys' infrastructure. It's really impressive what you guys have built.
100%. Yeah. Again, well put, babe. But it's so true though that it's like reselling is hard work, and even too, you realize families around resellers make a lot of sacrifices to make it work too. Like, it's not just somebody footloose and fancy free just doing whatever they want. It's like you have to be determined. You have to know how to research things, convert a find to value, and everything. So yeah, it's really interesting that even too, as we start to get a little bit more integrated with understanding your stories, it's helping us as we're kind of plotting the course ahead to figure out, what will make it make sense. What is it? What does it look like when it's working? And when it is working, does that make sense for what we need as a family? And all that stuff. So that's just been really cool in this process. We totally dig it. But Mr. Sadie, when you say I prefer authentic from the hip, yeah, that is gonna always be us. We're just not the kind that are
I heard
extra
that's
fancy.
always be us, and I was like, really? Okay, that's always going to be us.
That's not quite
really?
not quite my speak, babe. That's not quite my speak. But Mr. Sadie,
Will always be us.
Well, Mr. Sadie, clearly you're doing it right, because you got so many new family members either on the way or that you're bringing up and everything, and that's just, you got the good stuff, man. That's so cool.
No, that is cool. But it is one of those things, getting to hear all of your guys' experiences, getting to hear basically what you guys have gone through, and a lot of times what has led you to reselling.
Yeah.
It really is fascinating. That's why we love these videos so much, because reselling, as you do have to want it to succeed, and it takes.
I'm gonna sit on my legs. Have we got a pillow underneath me? We're kind of sitting on the floor because we want you guys to be able to enjoy the fire. It might be,
and we want to enjoy it too. It feels good on my back.
Yeah, it does feel good. It's kind of cold here today. But although it might be an irritant, maybe everyone's like putting up their hand to like block the fire so that they can see around it. But
You
yeah,
have to do that sometimes when you're sitting around a fire with your friends. Anyways,
that's
there is a
true.
glare even in real life.
Yeah, so
So
you're gonna be uncomfortably close to the fire like we are. Yeah, that'll be how
yeah,
that
it's
works.
just we're just enjoying a fire together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is so cool being part of the reselling committee. I was gonna say community, and yeah, just doing all this, because when you realize when you're doing the daily grind yourself, it can be really frustrating.
Mhm.
But when you do realize we're all in this together, we all have similar irritations and frustrations and setbacks. It makes you feel so much better to know you're not alone.
Oh, and one is really cool. I just want to share really quick while we got Anytime Picker because people come and go all the time.
Mhm.
But Anytime Picker, you know what's funny? I stumbled across like one of your first live interviews where you were a guest on another
Oh,
channel.
that's cool. I haven't seen that one.
And yeah, so yeah, I just watched it on my own. Ro hasn't seen it yet, but I really enjoyed you being just you and explaining kind of the process. You got the laptop kind of like looking up at your face and everything. And I was like, this guy is so just seems like a genuinely nice guy.
So Anytime Picker is actually saying the fireplace is helping me list right now.
Okay,
So,
cool.
One of the reasons why we did want to move into this place is because it legitimately had a fireplace, and we were so stoked about that. You guys have probably seen before. There is a TV up above this mantle, and when we lived in our first apartment, we of course did not have a fireplace, and so Doug would turn on all the time the Netflix fireplace.
Oh
Or
yeah,
the YouTube fireplace.
yeah,
I think it was the YouTube
we like one of
fireplace.
those ever burning fires on the
Yeah,
YouTube
because
fireplace.
it is. It's so comforting to be around a fire. And then one day, I think he was like, "Let's turn on the YouTube fire." So we had a fireplace, and then the fireplace. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
It was very entertaining.
that is so funny. But yeah, so Mr. Sadie, I like that too. As I get older, the things that used to be important aren't as much, but there's a time to buckle down. As was balance is the goal. And yeah, we're definitely at that point too, where for me right now, absolutely 100%. If it comes down to money or time with my family, as long as we've got enough money to cover our necessary expenses, I will sacrifice the rest of the money just for
Mhm.
extra time with my wife, extra time with our dog. You know, time moves so quickly
That's
that
so true.
we're all about taking the time to stop and smell the roses. So totally
Okay, I have a
agree.
question for Ken. Where are you? Because he says it's really hot where he is,
Yeah,
and he's saying that the
that's what
fire
I'm
is
saying. It's
making him
very hot.
sweat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to
Where are
know where
you
he
at
is.
right now, Ken? Although Ken can also be a little bit tricky, where he's just like, all right, South Louisiana, all
Oh,
right.
wow. I guess it could be hot and soft. I'm looking up your temperature right now just because I'm
So Ken, I
curious.
used to live in Puerto Rico for a while, and let me tell you, talk about waking up in like a sweatbox every day. Yeah, it would be like 95 degrees in the shade, and then 100% humidity. It was like you would get out of the shower and you would never be dry.
That
You would
sounds
never ever be dry.
horrible.
So actually, and Ken said I love San Juan Old Town. So where I used to live 40 minutes east. So actually, well, it was pretty much about as far east as you can go. I used to live in Fajardo, in Puerto Rico and everything, and it was cool. It was a nice little spot where you could go very quickly out to El Yunque Rainforest or to Old San Juan, or you could hop on the ferry and go right out to like Culebra or what was the other little island? Vieques, the little island out there. And so, yeah, we loved that time out in Puerto Rico. It was super cool.
So I'm not exactly sure where he's at, but I looked up the weather for Lafayette,
Yeah.
and it's 90 degrees, thunderstorms right now with 82% humidity.
How did you call it?
Lafayette?
Okay, so that's actually the name of the general that like it's named after. But
Well,
yeah, no. So the actual general was Lafayette. He's the French guy that
Right.
he was good friends with George Washington.
right.
But what's funny is that
I figured it was named after him.
doing my job, working with like a bunch of different home health branches and everything, I called in one day and I was like, "Hi, is this Lafayette, the like home health branch?" And they're like,
Sure.
like, "What are you talking about, dude?" It's like it's called Lafayette. Lafayette.
Oh, Lafayette.
Lafayette. And I was like, oh, okay. So y'all
Oh.
just did your own thing with this name. Yeah,
Oh,
so even
okay.
though it's named after him, it's Lafayette. When you say it for am I getting that right
okay.
for how you'd say it down there, Kent? For let's see. Oh no, he said Rose said it right. Okay.
Yay, thank you.
Okay, well then I was given a hard time because I was told that it's Lafayette. Lafayette for the
My
yeah.
self-esteem just went up so high right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you so much
Well,
for that.
Thanks, Kent.
We're
We're
give
gonna
myself
okay, go
a
ahead.
pat on the back
You
for
get that. But I was reprimanded that it's Lafayette, but
Yeah, okay, I guess we could
yeah,
do that.
Lafayette. Okay, do I get no props though for remembering that it was the French general that worked with George Washington? I mean, come on, no props for
Okay,
that.
good job, good
Thank
job,
you,
good
thank you
job.
very much. Yeah, I'm borrowing that from you, Primo. I'm borrowing the back pat from.
Yeah, so in comparison, over here it's 64, cloudy, and only has 75% humidity. So you're right, it is much hotter where you're at, and
Okay, so
I have
he's in
great
Covington.
sympathy for you.
Yeah. Hello, Patricia. So great to have you with us. Always a
Hi,
pleasure.
Patricia.
Our beloved bookworm every time. But yeah, so let's see here. All right, so Ken, where do you stand on like crawdads, crayfish, and all that stuff? Because so I've been through Louisiana one time, and they were pushing the crawfish agenda like.
I want to go to Louisiana so much. I've never been there.
Yeah, they're pushing. I mean, that was in like
Amazing things.
every dish that I was offered down there was
I would eat
crayfish
that in
and crawdads.
a heartbeat.
And for me, I view those as sea bugs, and Ro loves them. So I'm just curious where you stand. Exactly, crawfish tacos yesterday.
Sounds so
Oh man,
good.
man, Ken is so team Ro tonight. It's just like I
We
don't
would
have a
get along
chance.
well.
I do not have a single chance. Those crawfish are amazing.
Oh yeah,
No,
I absolutely agree.
No, to me those are just like gilled sea bugs. I don't need that in my life.
You don't need it in my life.
He said
Okay.
dog? Question mark. That's funny.
All right, so just because I'm being questioned, it says my location. If you can't, yeah, there you go. My location. And if you look at that humidity. It says 75%. So you can question me. I'm just going off the Google gods. So or the Apple gods, whatever they're saying. That's what I'm going on.
6x6 says, well, someone has been watching Hamilton. Are you talking to me? Because I've never seen Hamilton. I'm gonna get killed.
We've seen like a part of it, but yeah,
we
never
saw like 2
seen...
minutes of Hamilton.
Lafayette would probably be in Hamilton. No, that makes sense.
I'm sure he was.
We've never actually really seen
No, I'm
it.
old school, man. I learned it from the History Channel, like the old History Channel.
We haven't seen it. We saw like the first half of it. I was so stupid. I didn't know that it was a musical when I started watching it. I mean, I kind of knew. I knew that they were singing.
There might be some historical inconsistencies if you watch the Hamilton version, but that is really funny. But yeah, so let's see. He goes 64 is nuts. Hey Jen.
I know
hey,
the fact
JRK,
we're in Southern California and it's 64. It's crazy. It's never. We're typically already in the 90s. I'm shocked.
Yeah, even Patricia, 64 degrees, 76% humidity.
The humidity is high. It doesn't feel like it is, but it is high.
That is so funny. But yeah. But again, so great to have you with us, Jen. Really nice to see you. We're having an argument over how you say Lafayette, which
or
again,
Lafayette.
Yeah,
apparently.
or Lafayette. They were reprimanding me over it. So
I guess I kind of got that.
At that point, now I'm feeling like I get like unwarranted abuse.
Okay, so only because we're talking about this and it's stupid and we're having fun. Because for us it's Friday right now, so why not? So when my husband and I first got married, there's a city in Southern California called Paramount.
Oh yeah.
Which he is like, when I was growing up, everyone pronounced it Paramount. And so he's like, it's Paramount. And I'm like, nobody pronounces it Paramount. It's Paramount. And so we've had a massive argument ever since we've been married about that.
Hey, we got Tanya T Triple M in there. So good to have you with us.
Hello, Tanya.
So awesome to see you.
It's cool to see you with us. I know it's kind of late with you. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we have a fire going for you.
That's right. Yeah. Or in Kent's place, we have his ultimate nightmare where he's boiling alive.
Because he's too hot in Louisiana right now.
Yeah. And so, Kelly, this is typical SoCal weather to have May gray and June gloom. Around the 4th of July, we start to really see it heating up around here.
I'm enjoying this because I do not love the heat at all. And currently right now, our, I was going to say refrigeration, our air conditioning in our car is not working. So I'm enjoying all of this cool weather immensely.
I love it, Jen. There is no L in Illinois, by the way. That is so funny. Yeah, if you guys want to stick around and correct all of my pronunciation of things, we're going to be here for quite a long time. Hey, and Just Kath is here. That is so cool.
Hi.
Oh, man. Talk about somebody that is like another legend, that getting them on our channel visiting is so cool.
It's very nice to have you with us.
She
We're
is
just
so
enjoying
insightful.
a nice fire right now.
Yeah, we're enjoying a nice fire. For some, it's good. For
Kind of
others,
chilling.
it's making things worse. But Just Kath, so great to have you with us. We've seen you on so many other channels, and you're so insightful. We love having you on here. But see, so Jen said, I don't love the heat either. It's been just glorious at the 60s.
I agree. If it stayed in the 60s, like don't get me wrong, when I'm on my vacation, I want it
Six.
to be 90 or 100 degrees. But
Six
if
by
I'm
six.
working, I want it to be cooler.
That is so funny. So yeah, 6 by 6. I'll say nothing about your Illinois pronunciation. That's funny. All right, Mr. Sadie, back to work. Well, hey, thank you so much for
Thanks
stopping
for
by.
stopping by.
Yeah, we appreciate even
We'll
the visit.
see ya.
Yeah, have a great one. We hope all your work
Oh
goes
yeah,
right.
I was stopped by Fraulein Donna said there is no noise in Illinois.
Yeah.
And yes, I was taught that also.
That is so funny. All right, so wait, we go. Oh, that is so funny. But yeah, so anytime figure. But yeah, it's so cool. I mean, again, there's so many of the names on here that we've really looked up to and appreciated for a long time. That I mean, it's helped shape our process and helped benefit us so much that when you guys take time out to stop in, it's like, wow,
No, and it's
what
always
a
it's
cool
always
thing.
fun to hang out.
Yeah, but yeah, so we've had a lot of good wins today. I had my 9-hour workday, which was very full, but we're tying up a lot of loose ends. And for any of those that are brand new, I work a lot with home health and hospice in data reporting to make sure that organizations that are really on the front lines, that the clinicians that are going out and doing the job, we just make sure that they're getting the results that they're looking for. So we do a lot in the data reporting and all that stuff. So yeah, it is. Oh, Mr. Sadie said, I can't have to. My wife is giving me the look. Hey, Mr. Sadie, we're not about to get you in any kind of trouble if we can help it. So tell your wife, thank you very much. Tell her you were helping a friend, and we'll let you get back to work.
Enjoy your evening, but get your work done.
Yeah, exactly. Just let her know. And I mean, props to all y'all. You're working hard. But that's so funny. Kid says the boss rules. Oh, that's so true. Yeah, that look can be tough to deal with. Ask my hubby.
Yeah, no, that look is serious.
Yeah, no, that's true. It gets us all in line. But let's see here. And the bigger my cat is giving me the looks. That's so funny. All right, who else had a cat? Oh, Record Crate. Record Crate has this cat, Nico. I gotta call him back again too. We keep playing phone tag.
So cute. She's
Yeah,
adorable.
Nico's an awesome cat. All right.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike Seller. Good to see you on, man. That's totally rocking. Let's see here. So 6x6 getting ready to play Pixar Cars matching game. And Meredith says, call them Mater win. That is absolutely hilarious. So by the way, I love Cars the movie, especially because Paul Newman is one of my absolute favorites, and his role as Doc Hudson on that movie. And
the movie is so cute.
That question comes up all the time. Like when we do little trivia games or something, like if you're at a restaurant, they do trivia. They always ask, like, what is Paul Newman's number one, like, most successful role that he did? And it's always that, like, fun fact that the most money that he ever got in, like, the most successful movie was when he did the voice acting for Doc Hudson from the movie Cars. And I thought that was fascinating.
Like his highest paying role ever.
Yeah.
That is, and kind of rightfully do, although it makes me sad for all of his other movies that were amazing.
I know, right? I know, especially too, like, I love Cool Hand Luke and a few others were so good for Paul Newman movies.
Okay, so
anyways, but yeah, we'll have fun with the matching game 6x6. Hope it wasn't nothing against Miss Mary, but hope you win. All right. Yeah, call them Mater win. That is really funny. So Mike Sower, hi Doug Rowe. Yeah, cool. So glad to see Mike. All right, let's see. You tell her, Doug. Oh, I can't have a good one. Yeah. No, Mr. Sadie, we don't make no trouble for you, man. You have
absolutely.
So Patricia said, just listed a 1910 souvenir inscribed souvenir of Indianapolis, Illinois. Broke my brain.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what that.
Because there's no Indianapolis, Illinois. It was Indiana. Indianapolis, Indiana.
Well, but maybe in 1910, maybe they were one state together.
6x6. Hey, she says. Oh, that's awesome. And anytime picking Mr. Sadie, that's why marriage is important. If you don't listen to your wife,
that is so
you
true.
can never watch YouTube again.
That is so true.
You guys, man, you crack me up. It's so funny. And so here's a funny fact for you, Patricia. If you look at my dad's side of the family, like the oldest record we have going back is back to Indiana. And we really threaded the needle because we came from Germany, and it was like late 1800s. And so like that's been the family joke for like the longest time on my dad's side of the family. It's like we we got here after like the really nasty stuff of like the Civil War, but before the really nasty stuff of like the World War II and everything.
Yeah.
It's like we thread the needle for when we got here. But yeah.
Okay, I have to do research on this because was Indianapolis part of Illinois back in 1910? It must have been. But that is amazing because that state line is, I mean, that state line could have absolutely moved over. That's pretty cool. I'm very interested in that now. I'm going to have to do research on that later. So thank you for that, Patricia.
You know, it's funny. So my nephew, who's on the autistic spectrum, he was always fascinated by just kind of like
Geography
borders.
in general.
Yeah, geography in general, but like borders of different things. And there was one period of time where he went through a phase where he was drawing like all the maps from like the 1600s up through today and every different
That's true.
version of how the maps went through. And so he's an amazing one where you could ask him, be like, all right, so, you know, who bordered what state during these years or whatever. And he can rattle it off like he's just breathing. It's unbelievable how he does that.
Yeah, I guess I could just ask him. In 1910, was Indianapolis part of Illinois?
And he'll tell
probably be like, yes, it was.
Yeah. He kept getting us into trouble because when he was a very little kid.
We have thought about taking him to Jeopardy. That's a good point.
Oh, yeah. He's super brilliant at that. But it was funny, though. He went through a real phase where he's going around telling everybody that his favorite place was North Korea. And we're like, just keep that on the down low.
So, yeah, I don't know if that's a mistake or not because the border lines have changed. You would think by 1910 they would have been pretty solidified. Is that the word? Solidified. You would be more set.
So, and Patricia said, or is it a mistake, bro?
It's
a strand from Germany.
So I feel like
that could also be the case.
That's the word. But now I'm afraid I won't be able to say it. That is the word. Thank you for that, Ken.
That's very solidified.
Yeah.
That's going to be its own soundbite from Primo
I know.
Solidified.
That's why I'm not going to say it now.
Yeah, he's going to combine that with something weird like from John or something. It's like solidified poo-poo platter. It's going to be...
Oh,
I shouldn't give him any ideas.
I was just going to say, don't give him ideas.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, let's see here. Ms. 5-year-old over here named all 46 presidents in order. Wow. So from her pre-K talent show this year. That is unbelievable.
Wait, what is it?
He said named all 46 presidents in order.
The people that can do that are crazy to me.
Hey, speaking of, John, are your ears burning? We were just talking about you with the poo-poo platter statement, but so nice to see you on tonight, John. That is totally rocking. And Ken Daigle Guru alert. Yuna's Guru alerts, man. But yeah, so is it Flippin' It Easy? Have we seen Mrs. Flippin' It Easy yet? Or
I haven't seen her yet.
Do we just have you, John, or do we have John and Jenna? Because while I'm a fan of you, Ro's a big fan of Jenna. So, you know, just gotta throw that out there. Oh, that's really funny. He said, whoa, you're easy, Josh. That's really good. Yeah, man, it's really funny. I can't believe, look at already half an hour has flown by. As we look through just these comments with the group, it's absolutely phenomenal. Just gets us going. So, excuse me, the burps there.
Okay, it does look like possibly it was part of Illinois, but I do think it was before 1910. So I do think that was a mistake. Now, I haven't been able to read up everything on it yet. So, but I just briefly looked it up. It does look like at one point it was part of Illinois.
Oh, wait. Oh, I totally missed. I'm so glad somebody circled back and said Josh Galt. Josh totally didn't see you pop in there. He said, I heard 1910 and my ears got hot. Mm-hmm. That is really funny. Well, Josh, really so happy to have you on with us too. And John, glad Jenna's hanging around, but we're happy to have you. Just so you know, we don't. Oh, and Jenna, Mrs. Flippinese is on too. We're happy to have. We're happy to have every one of you.
We're feeling the love and support. You guys are so awesome.
Cool. Yeah, this is unbelievable. This is really cool. But yeah, so 1910. Actually, what's funny too, Josh, you might have an interest in this. I just got my hands on a whole batch of coins that I'm trying to sort through. Some of them are like. One of them is a British penny from 1914 and a few other things. And so, oh, hi, girl. So trying to go through and get all those sorted and everything. But pretty much anything that's beyond vintage, we think of you at this point, Josh.
That's true.
For your level of going through all that stuff.
Hello, Jenna. Give us all a sale.
Give us all a sale. I know. This ain't the Flippin' It Easy channel, right? We're not taking your thing. But next time Flippin' and Easy's on, that they're all about making sure you find a sale. It's totally awesome. But that's really rocking. Yeah, so it's so great. Like we really do appreciate. So just to kind of circle back, what we've really been benefiting from is we have these early morning and these late afternoon kind of little business meetup things. We've really benefited from the fact that in the morning ones, it really does. I know
She has a flashing ball in her mouth right now, so it's quite funny because
Yep.
it's going all purple and pink and blue and everything.
Yeah,
around.
like
It's
yeah,
quite
it
funny.
looks like her little dog's chewing on like an active disco ball or something right now. But anyways, from these morning sessions, what we really do appreciate is that we get fired up very early. And when we express that we're going to do some goals, we actually don't want to disappoint on that. So we actually get a lot of those goals done. And we hope that as you share yours, that it helps bring a little bit of motivation for you to get yours accomplished as well. In the evenings, we've really been enjoying too the fact that it actually helps us wind down as we're wrapping up our day, and knowing that we're going to share that accountability has been really beneficial. For the future, we might start to chop out some of the evening ones, just as a recommendation from some of you that have more experience, from the fact that it's like, you know what, just keep an eye on it. You might be getting ready to burn out, or might be overdoing it, and even if we're not in the immediate risk of burning out, that it might happen at some point. So we're just trying to be very mindful of that and take your advice and take it to heart.
Yeah, we're trying to be smart because obviously
Yeah.
we're only a couple weeks in, and we're trying to do what you guys are suggesting of being reasonable and keeping the joy and just having the fun with it. And so we do kind of like for the later ones of being possibly a little more spontaneous with them.
Yeah, that is so funny. Oh, Jenna said, "How are you?" Like you're sitting in front of a fire. I was sweating over here.
Oh,
That
feels
is so
so
funny.
good right now.
So that's what's so funny is apparently for all of us, we got quite
We
a
do
range
have
of
different
weather. There's some that are like, oh, it's so warm and we're freezing. We're
We're
red.
in Southern California, and I'm literally like, "Where's like I have a pillow in my lap just for a little extra comfort." It's chilly. It's definitely chilly. Like when I'm up and moving around and working hard, like a lot of times I have a tank top under this, but a lot of times I'll take this off because I am getting warm. But in general, it's pretty chilly here, so
Hey, and
I'm
we
enjoying that.
got James, the great reseller life as well, tiptoeing in the chat. We see you. We see you tiptoeing in there. You can't Cheshire a cat on this. But yeah, that's so cool, man. I can't believe all these names that we've been watching, like we've been ninja watching for so many years, are hopping on. Just so cool. But
Okay, so it was never.
Josh going, hey, don't be calling us Californians out. We happen to be very comfortable with our like random weather discomfort. Okay.
But it looks like according to Patricia, maybe it was never part of Illinois. It's making me sad now. So Indiana was admitted as a state in 1816, and Illinois was admitted as a state in 1818. The border was surveyed. Conquerors in order to nuisance. So I'm thinking it was never a state. So it must have been, or it was never part of Illinois. It must have been a mistake, but that makes me sad because I was kind of hoping that it was. I was hoping that it was part of Illinois.
So, all right. Yeah, I know. I just really want to jump on mics before it.
Go ahead and jump on mics. We're finished. Well, because we were talking about.
We're like on two separate. We're on two
we're
separate
having
tracks.
two different conversations.
But Mike, glad that you had a leap up in sales. Although we hope that you like 5x that as you're going through the rest of the day. At least, well, let's hit some good numbers here. If anybody from eBay is listening, please, Mike Seller, get him some more for jumping up that number. But yeah, but thank you for sharing that too. I know, yeah, for us, we're like kind of low today. I think we're at like around $80 or $90. It's pretty low for us.
It is pretty low, but yeah.
But
I don't know.
It's still nice. No complaints for sure.
Yeah, we're not really complaining because like we've said, we're not giving it our full-time attention right now. So it's kind of like, it's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. And Josh said 465 today for me, also a slow day. Yeah. That, definitely like for as much effort as you're putting in there and everything.
Right. We're definitely not putting in any type of full-time effort into it. And like, because we are still working on changing the infrastructure, which is more what we're focusing on right now. We know our sales and our numbers are going to drop. It's just how it's going to be. We're hoping that by next month, our numbers will go up substantially.
Yeah. And so Ken Daigle says, for me too, it's hot here too. So we got the very warm individuals versus the very cold individuals in the chat. But so it is cool, Mike Seller, though. I meant had 0 into it and sold for $21. So he
Oh,
got,
nice.
yeah, you got
That's really
like,
good.
yeah, that's awesome. And it doesn't really get any better than that, right? Where you got zero and you're turning into any amount, but
Mhm.
but $21, that's
No,
rocking.
that's really good.
Super
That's
congratulations, man.
nice to know.
But yeah, and a great resale life, third day in a row for below average. Yeah, and we've been watching your videos as well, like keeping tabs on what's going on with, just the pattern of things. So yeah, we hope everything kind of gets a little boost for you as
Mhm.
well. Let's see here. Oh, did I miss your major win today? Major win. Yeah, so we shared a little bit earlier, just kind of what our success was that
So we were very productive today, but some projects that we were working on today are definitely those projects where future us are going to thank us for the things that we did today. So we did a lot of those. You're setting yourself up for some really good wins, so we were
Yeah.
happy about that. And then so we didn't quite hit our listing goal that we wanted to, but in just about everything else, we're pretty happy with what we were able to accomplish.
Yeah, so actually what's kind of funny is like since we started doing this with like the YouTube videos and everything, we really do feel a lot more accountable to like when we talk to you about our process or our
We're
results.
working much harder than we used to.
Yeah. And so it's funny that it's like we're reorganizing everything, like we're re-coordinating all the details and all this stuff. And so
we
it's
want to make you guys proud.
yeah, exactly. I know. It's like you guys all of a sudden became like you became like these individuals that like we're like, okay, we have to make sure that we it's a part of our being accountable and honest is like, hey, we want to when you look at us for whatever, we want it to be
Yeah.
pretty transparent. And so when we thought about it, and we're talking about sharing our journey, we're like, well, there's things that we can do to make it better right now. Let's start to get to work on that. And so we're reorganizing our whole workspace. We're getting
Yeah.
more efficient with how we
Storage, everything.
sort, pick, list, even ship. All of those things are
Yeah.
actually getting a little bit more reorganized and more focused. So
We're
it's
trying.
it's been incredible.
As we hear different suggestions and as suggestions are being brought to our attention, we're observing everybody else's processes. We're trying to follow the whole mentality of work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Even if it's different, because even like yesterday, we were talking about how I feel much more comfortable listing off of my phone. I have been lectured by many people that I need to exclusively switch over to using a PC or laptop. I think that's the same thing.
Yeah.
As to switch to using a computer. I felt really good that a lot of you guys supported me on using my phone. But for instance, using templates, that's something I have shied away from. I'm now starting to accept the concept that I should start trying it. Just try it. Just see if it works better. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're taking advice from you guys. We're incorporating it just to see if it will work better and to see if it will make our lives better. So that's what we're trying to do.
And actually, and flipping and easy, appreciate you sharing that too. Slow Thursday, but strong 7-day for my main store.
That's
horrible
good.
for the second store. So actually, you and a couple others, I think it was you, James, and a couple others. I think even Primo Chemo. We're talking about utilizing your second store very well. We have a second store, but it is completely on life support right now.
We haven't been using it. Yeah,
we haven't done anything with it. I mean, it doesn't even have listings in it. Like, so it's
we pretty much shut it down.
Yeah, it's an empty store right now. So we're interested though at the idea of possibly firing that back up just to see how that compares to the main store.
Well, and of course we have a store, but we're not paying for a store. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing that we were debating about. Should we pay for a store for some of the metrics and discounts, or should we just leave it the way it is and list some of our smaller items over there?
Yeah. Oh, and Jen mentioned too, I'm below my sales goal today as well. So I think many of us are likely in the same boat. And there's probably there are at least a few that are above average,
Absolutely,
but it's still probably kind of one of those things where we're not optimized for the results that we're getting right now. And I wonder too, I mean, we're not too far away from the most recent holiday and that kind of stuff. There could still be some leftovers.
Well, and I like Jen's comment too, or Jenna. Sorry, I called you Jen. Jenna's comment. It says, that's amazing. Sometimes we have to set ourselves up for our future selves or for our future success.
Yeah.
And a lot of the YouTubers I follow do say all the time, you should ask yourself, what can I do today that my future self will thank me for?
Yeah.
So we're trying to think along those lines too. Like, what can we do to set ourselves up for that success that we want in the future? So along the same lines.
Really quick, we got to pause and appreciate because it might not last long. Can you probably go back to bed? Paul Rose is here. And it's like 3 a.m. for Paul Rose. Paul Rose, cannot believe you made it.
Yawn.
Cannot believe you made it to this time right now. If you need to go to bed, just know it's totally cool, man. Like, we love you.
Or if he's up in the middle of the night.
Don't stress. Yeah, if you need us right now, we're here for you. But otherwise, don't feel any obligation whatsoever. We're just really grateful to see you. But we love you on all the morning calls. You always make it a priority. And again, even if you can't for those, just know we're not going to stress about it. We just appreciate you. But the fact that you're on right now, we love it. That's totally rocking. So that, like, I gotta like resituate myself in the chat, but it's like seeing Paul Rose's name come up. That's so
That
cool.
is cool.
That's absolutely awesome. But yeah, so going back to Jenna, Mrs. Flippin' and Easy's comment, you'll be so happy once you get into a work groove that brings success to your business and state of mind.
Yeah.
That's totally like the thing of like an ounce of prevention is worth a
Mhm.
pound of cure. We're realizing too that it's like, yeah, you could just save yourself a minute by not redoing your process, or you could save yourself literally hours over time by just taking a step back, looking what you need to fix and making an adjustment. So totally do agree with
Oh,
that.
and thanks for being kind with me, Jen. Or Jenna, for saying that I can call you Jen. Because it just kind of slipped out, but I know your name is Jenna, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've got a family member named Jen, so that gets stuck in the brain. And we've got another Jen on.
Yeah,
here.
we have Jen also on.
But yeah, so that's so great to see you. But let's see here. And I love the billboard talk with Anytime Picker and Josh Galt. That's awesome. So great reseller life. My second store seems to be acting well. Yeah, our dog just came in like furious. My second store seems to be acting well. 128 items and 15 sold in the past of like 9 days. I need to put much more time into it and see what happens. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
And we'll stay tuned in. We'll see how that all goes and everything. That's been really interesting.
I love Jen. Paul, get some sleep.
Yeah, seriously, Paul. Yeah, seriously, get some rest. But that's so cool.
It is okay to sleep. It really is.
That's really nice of him to even take some time right now to pop in here, though. But let's see here. Yeah, Paul Rose Aloha by Spam. Let's see here.
Patricia's comment. I sometimes do intermission sleeping too.
Let's see. Is that at the bottom? Oh yeah, intermission sleeping. That's really funny. It's actually been really cool now that we feel a little bit more integrated to like the business community and all kinds of stuff. Seeing all of the different ways that you guys provide content at different times and everything, it's like we really don't run short on an opportunity to have some support in the background when we're doing work.
Yeah, and it is nice to see those lives, to see how other people are currently working at your exact time. It's really nice to have that support.
Jen, Paul, get some sleep. Oh, Paul, you got a lot of people that are rooting for you to get like just a solid 9 hours, man.
We recognize it, man. You need those C's.
Yeah, that's so true. Let's see here. So Anytime Picker, I sleep all the time. Even now I'm sleeping. That makes sense. You know, we're trying to put you guys all to sleep right now. That is our intention.
That's why we have the nice relaxing cozy fire.
Exactly, which apparently is setting some people on fire, as they're watching it. But let's see here. That's great. So Jen, I was so tired, took a 2.5 hour nap today. Yeah. You know, we too, like, because we're adjusting to this new schedule, and again, trying to make sure that we do not burn out and everything. I have actually gotten in the pattern, like after I'm done with work, I'll take a little nap before these and everything.
Which is not like him. He generally does not do that.
Yeah, but it's not like a complete exhaustion nap. Yeah, it's just like a preparation nap.
Yeah.
And it's actually been really cool. And so we have a friend of ours that's in like great condition. He's 86 years old, great condition. I mean, he could carry me up a mountain. I'm not even kidding.
Totally.
Yeah, just incredible. And so I kind of talked to him about that. I'm like, well, I'm getting to a point where I'm napping a little bit more. He goes, you know, I got in that pattern when I was about your age too. And I was like, okay, well, let's keep that conversation going.
But he's still running strong. He's like, yeah, I still take a nap. It's not a big deal. You know?
He's the kind of individual that he'll bring like care materials to others around him. And he's like, oh, well, you know, you got to take care of the elderly folks. I'm like, yeah, but you're taking care of people that are 15 years younger than you are.
He's amazing.
He's bringing them big old pallets of water on his shoulder. He's a really incredible guy. But,
yeah, I like it when for the people that can't take naps, I actually kind of feel bad for them because there's something so wonderful about a nap. But I even like Jen that I usually take a cat nap too, but today was different. But yeah, a good cat nap is very refreshing.
So I like that too. Josh Galt says, Paul, do they say bean like in the UK? Is that where Canadians got it from? Okay, I am incredibly curious.
I was curious too.
Everyone stop everything that you're doing. We got to wait and hear Paul's response to that one.
That will be funny.
That is great. But yeah, I can't. Naps rock. Totally agree. 6x6. I really like being able to chat and listen with Primo today. You know what? 6x6. I had a long series of things that I had to do for like my regular day job today. And having Primo just in the back talking about the CDs that he loved and all that stuff, I could have literally just listened to that the entire time. And it
It
was just
was nice.
relaxing and
Yeah.
refreshing. Ro was enjoying it too.
Yeah.
I mean, Primo, we're not gonna put you on the spot, but anytime you wanna do that, we will, even if it overlaps with one of these little setups that we got and everything, we will stop it. We will stop it so that we get to enjoy that. That was so great. Yeah, so many of us really did enjoy that.
Even my mom enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we won't reveal who it is, but Primo, you have gained a new fan in Rose's mom. She like catches up on the chat and she's asking questions now about other people that are in the chat. It's like it's so funny. She's like,
It is
now who's
funny.
this person? I don't think I've seen that name before. And we're looking at go like, we haven't seen that name either.
All right, we can say because my mom says she doesn't mind, but Fraulein Donna is my mom, and
Yeah.
she has started following some of the other channels, and she's starting to learn you guys because she wants to know who we're talking about when we talk about them and everything. So it is kind of funny. But yeah, even she was watching Primo today. So
Yeah, she's
kinda
yeah,
cool.
you got a new fan, Primo, for sure. And you know you got a good fan with Fraulein Donna. She's awesome. But yeah, so let's see. Oh, Robin's in flight. Afternoon delight. That's funny, Ken. Let's see. Usually just take naps, but today was different. So Jen, yeah. So I missed it though. Jen, is today different because you took an extra long nap or no nap?
6 great. Rosemont probably hates me.
Rosebud probably is no. Dude, you're awesome.
She does not, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, that is so funny though. Totally not. Yeah, you mentioned that a couple times. It's like we haven't seen anything that would be that would even come close to that, man. You're awesome. So let's see here. So Mike Sellers says, "LOL, Jenna misses flipping ain't easy. Thank you for the good vibes." Yeah, we thank you so much, Jenna. Yeah, you guys were one of the first channels that when we just came on the scene, you're like, hey, check them out. Everything we had, like, it was just my ransom video, like the one where I'm sitting there like, I'm so sorry for everything I ever did, everybody. But thank you.
He always calls it his ransom video.
It's like that's how it felt when I was filming it. I was like, this is under extreme duress. Not from like anybody causing it. It was just weird. It's just weird as you're doing the video.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But
he said it felt
it's
like he was
weird.
recording a ransom video, to be clear.
I think it's like what Brian Regan said though, where he's like, no, I'm at a point now in life where I realize that like everything that I'm ever grateful for having done, you get butterflies in the stomach before doing.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'm just out now to try to find more things that put butterflies in the stomach.
Oh, that's a cute saying.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now too. It's like, you know what? Embrace the things that put butterflies in your stomach. It's actually really good to.
Jenna's supporting you. The first video is always the worst. It's always a ransom video.
I guarantee you, your first video was better than mine. But you know what? But thank you for the support. It is highly appreciated. But an anytime picker, Josh Galt does his lives in Russian sometimes, but I am the only one watching. So okay, let's see. Man, I was learning Russian for a while because I was actually planning to visit Russia. I used to be a very avid traveler, and so I was always setting up like the next trip, and Russia was one of the next ones. And then I met Ro. Okay, Здравствуйте. Как дела? Oh, now I'm like. No, now I got the pressure on me. But okay.
It sounds like you're speaking Klingon.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You got this.
Is it not squishy? It's not squishy. It's
Sounds Japanese.
Oh man, I used to we had a Russian coworker of mine, and I would just totally go to town.
Anytime picker said, "Good job."
All right. Hey, you're very kind. But see, so
I can't speak any Russian, so.
Oh man, I used to know so much more. But I was training to so I used to love to travel. I mean, I still do. I still do. But we're a lot more realistic about our ability to travel and everything. And so, by the time Ro and I got married, I'd actually been to about 47 different countries, and I was really grateful for that lesson. You get to know a lot of people.
Great, good to see you.
And Record Crate, so good to see you, man. We keep playing phone tag. I will track you down. We will get some Nat King Cole records from you. So help me. But yeah, so Russia was actually on my list. I had a trip almost lined up for St. Petersburg, and I met this sweet one. And
separately, I almost had a trip set up there too.
Really?
But it got turned around.
Yeah. So like, yes. Yeah, so close. But yeah. So that kind of, again, I'm grateful that it got derailed because it got something really cool started. But yeah, that's what I was starting to line up when we got married. But yeah, so if you ever want to talk travel, I love talking travel stuff too. I've had some funny experiences. I broke my nose on the way to Antarctica. I've been bit by a baby lion. Not traveling, we hit a bear with
Yes.
our car.
So he Kent translated it correctly. Yes, it is all my fault. Yes, it is.
No, that's I know, but you know what though? It's like what is that movie? It's Up, right? Where they keep planning this great adventure, and
Oh,
then
I know.
after everything, you realize that like they
Oh,
enjoyed.
that made it sad.
Well, kind of in a way, but
Because
ultimately
they're just
though,
having their own adventures.
when he finally though opens the book, like
Yeah.
like she the entire time viewed every day as the adventure,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
kind of
true.
how I feel about it. Don't make me start crying over Up as we're having like this little wind down. Okay, so Josh Galt says, which country was my favorite? Ooh, man, that's a deep question. Technically, one of my very favorites was actually not even a country. So Antarctica was one of my very favorites. I've got a picture of a buddy of mine that he was determined to take a picture with penguins in a tuxedo because he's like, well, you know, they're always described as like the little bird in a tuxedo and everything. And the best thing about it is that he had to wear his like full on snow gear wherever he went. And so he had his snow gear on, and under
Just
it,
imagine if you're traveling in Antarctica and then see this.
yeah. And so so he's wearing a full on tuxedo with a hand tied. It's my friend, a hand tied bow tie underneath full on snow gear. And so we're going everywhere, and he's like dying a heat stroke wherever we're going. But that moment when we finally found some penguins, and we had with us like this whole group of British tourists. And that moment though, when he's like, Doug, it's time, you know, and
Because he wanted like emperor penguins or
no, well, he's just like, oh,
penguins.
no,
Okay,
we're
okay.
looking for any kind of penguins. And so he's like, Doug, it's time. And when he does the unzip out of this full-on snow gear into a full-on tuxedo for the picture, and the fact that the British tourists, they're taking pictures of like whales spouting out in the ocean, they're taking pictures of penguins, and they like see him, and they all stop and they turn and they take pictures of him in his tuxedo with the penguins in the background. That was one of the coolest moments that I could recall. But like, yeah, I mean,
it was also that trip where he was with his retarded friends again, and they were visiting some lions, and one of his friends literally bit a lion while they were engaged with the lions.
Yeah.
So he's got some stories.
Yeah. When you're in your early 20s, it's not great, but yeah. So it's really cool though. I mean, I really do appreciate that I had that time, and it's funny. Is like, you know, a lot of guys will go and they get into some kind of like crazy trouble or whatever. It was always an adventure, but it was never really got overly weird or never really got overly troublesome or anything. But it was really cool. Like we had a lot of great experiences with people, and I'm really grateful for the fact that I had a family that was like, hey, you know what? If you want to go and really get a good education, go out and meet people from a whole variety of backgrounds and get to know them as people.
Ken says, is Mike Tyson the friend?
Yeah, Mike Tyson the friend. Yeah, it was so funny. I know. So actually, what's funny is I broke my nose. They had a little half-court basketball thing, and I broke it because somebody was taking a turn and not looking and just took their crown right into my nose on the ship. And so the guy asked me, he's like, well, by the guy, I mean the doctor. But the doctor asked me, he's like, all right, so you got two options. Either we drop you off at our next stop, which was Ushuaia, on its way down to Antarctica. And it's like the last stop in Argentina before
so you
kick
just
off.
almost barely make it to that continent,
Yeah.
but then you don't.
You know, yeah. And so I was like, so he's like, either we drop you off there or you kind of go with the messed up nose down to Antarctica. I'm like, I'm going with the messed up nose, man. Like, I'm not going to miss out on Antarctica just to deal with the nose. So.
And I also like Kent's comment. I would just fake the AI pic and say that I did it.
Yes, you know what? And that's the smart modern day move. But we're talking like many years ago where AI was not an option. But okay, so he says 6x6. All right, y'all. Little person bedtime, teeth brushing, and singing. Oh, that's cute. 6x6. Thank you so much. And actually, we're coming up on an hour.
Yeah,
we're gonna knock out ourselves.
But you guys have been great. This is so entertaining, so much fun, and we've had a blast. Yes, sweet dreams to everybody.
Yeah, sweet dreams, Miss Merritt. And thank you very much for letting us borrow 6x6 and all the crew here. But you guys are so awesome. We'll keep sharing what's good as much as we can.
Yeah,
Record Crate. No, just got here.
Oh, I know. Oh, sorry. But we are going to keep doing our morning shows. Our afternoon ones will be a little bit more spontaneous here and there because it is one of those things where it is sometimes where. Oh, and Tanya also, 9:30 East Coast.
I know y'all need to get to bed.
It's
9:30 now. 9:30 now, at least for for you guys. So
but it's such a blast being with you guys. You guys are so supportive, and we learn from you guys, and hopefully you guys got some entertainment too. For all of you not dying of heat sweat, we hope you enjoyed
We're
the
so
fire.
sorry. For those of you that are suffering from the heat, we're so sorry.
Well, that will be
But,
us in like a month or two, and there will be no more fires. But for right now, we're enjoying it.
But yeah, but Record Crate. So I will be calling you. I'm gonna get my Nat King Cole records. All right, just so you're aware. But thank you, and to anybody brand new, thank you so much for stopping by.
been
We
great
really
having
have been
ya.
grateful having you along. But
And
we
good
look
night,
forward to seeing you
Fraulein
soon.
Donna.
Yeah, good night, Fraulein Donna. But you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great night. We'll
Good
talk
night,
to you
Jen.
soon.
Good night, Spam. Good night, Record Crate. Good night, everybody. Mr. Sadie, all of you, Patricia. Good night.
Yeah, Patricia, Jen, yeah, flipping it easy. We got Jenna, 6x6, all y'all.
Anytime Faker. We love you guys.
Yep. Have a great
See you
night, you
next
guys.
time.
Bye now.
Bye.